Hey guys, Kirk from the Forever Homestead. So you can see, based on the giant timber behind me here, that this week is going to be pretty much the same as last week. We've got a, we started our timber framing last week. This week, although I don't have video footage of it, we moved this big timber behind me. It's about a 26-foot Douglas Fir. It was down in the basement. We moved it up here yesterday with a bobcat. And we're full steam ahead. Hopefully by Friday, this beam is 9 feet over my head. The posts are pretty much done. I just need to clean up a tenon on one of them. And today I'm going to get going on the mortises on this beam. It looks like the forward momentum on this job is really starting to move forward now. Our logs will probably be here by today at like I don't know, 6 o'clock or so. They're on the ferry crossing Georgian Bay right now. So, the driver should be here today, and then we can get my Sawyer in here and start milling those things. On Friday, I have some lifts rented to start lifting this beam up once I finish it up. And then once that's up, I can do interior walls. I can start on the second floor system. So it's going to start going fast, so follow along. So I've got the beam laid out, but before I actually, start doing the joinery and cutting into that giant piece of wood, just because, if anything's screwed up, I can change it now. I can kind of fix things now before it's cut. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw out the center line and where those posts are going to land, and then I'm just going to verify my measurements with the cut list I have, and it's not. I'm not saying that, somebody's making a mistake anywhere. If anything, it'll be my construction, if it doesn't match up exactly with what the blueprints are, which it should. I just want to make sure of that. I'm going to draw out the posts anyway. I want to have the 10 by 10 squares all laid out on the floor already. So it just seems like a good time to do that. The only downfall is that the timber is sitting on top of the piece of plywood I need to get out of there. So, not sure how we're going to do that yet. So I've got the stairs, or the posts marked out. You can see the just black marker on the floor there. One on that side, one on this side of the stairs. Now the wood still has, the plywood still has to be cut back a little bit on the stairs. I haven't done that yet, just because there's always been plywood over it so I don't fall through. But before this gets raised, I'm going to move all the plywood out of there, give it a sweep, run some chalk lines and clean that up, and then I'll know these posts are falling where they should. This one here, it's falling on the post underneath fine. The header is stopping about 1.5 inches short of the end of the post, so I'm actually going to put another piece of the header, the built-up beam underneath. I'm going to put another 2x10, nail it to that, and I'll check my measurement for my stairs. I feel like something's askew here, and I think it's probably just that once I add that, everything's going to be back proper. And then down here I have the same thing. Oops. Down here I have the it's kind of dark, you can't see it very well, but I have it marked here as well, and I snapped a chalk line for my center line. So basically I'm good to continue on with this beam. Now that I know that everything is where it should be and all that, I can finish doing the layout and marking this, or doing some mortises on this beam. Okay, so I've done my layout. I've checked it, overchecked it, obsessively checked it. I am not a timber framer. I'm learning. I'm getting better. But it's still, some of the things, cutting into a giant piece of wood, although when it's done and it looks beautiful, it's amazing. But there's something a little nerve-wracking about digging into these for the first time. Most of the posts I've done by hand. I use some power tools here and there. As far as these mortises go, they're 6 inches long, 3 inches wide, and 6.5 inches deep. They can be done by hand. When we took the course, we did them all by hand. They also showed us how to use some of the power tools. And just for time, I mean, it would take me probably a day to do each of these, and I have 6 of them. I'm not saying I'm not going to do some of them by hand, but we did buy this. Got it on eBay for a steal. And I did a bunch of tests with it yesterday, and everything's working good. So I'm going to give it a shot and do do some of these tenons, or some of these mortises. I have 3 of them on each side, so I'm hoping to get the 3 on this side done today, and then I'm going to get some help to help me flip this timber over, and then I have to do the exact same thing, same layout and everything on the underside of it. But I can't really waste any more time. I've done everything I can. I've triple checked everything. So now it's in the timber framing god's hands. So let's get going. So there is one hole, little under 6.5 by 3 by 6 inches long. Now I'll take this off, clean it out, and then come along with a slick and clean up the edges and make sure everything's squared up.
Okay, just make sure you're being mindful of the truck. Open it up and pour some on your hands and rub it. Oh. Oh, thank God. I thought his tires were getting stuck.
Are those all ours?
Mm-hmm.
What have we gotten in?
He just arrived with...
with wood! 50 ton.
How many?
50 ton.
50?
50 ton.
50 ton.
50 ton. So we know our house weighs at least
50 ton. Oh,
Now we're stuck in the
scheiße.
blow stand, though.
Easy. Oh, son of a... Yeah. Yeah. Go easy. Scheiße.